seems to just be there a little bit too long. All right, off we go. Pretty cool. Hey Joe, evening. How you going? Hope it's been a good weather in Melbourne today. Bloody hot in Perth. I think we've been about 36. So, and another scorching day tomorrow. So it was good to actually get down and do this today inside the air conditioning, because if I was sitting outside, it'd probably be sweat pouring off the top of my head. So I basically wanted to chat tonight about, or following a couple of weeks ago, I put up on LinkedIn if people wanted to message me some questions throughout the weekend. And that could have been from a range of topics, from social media to personal branding, sale techniques, business development, anything along those areas where I'm quite fluent in. And there was approximately, I think we had about 32 text messages come through at that stage. Hey Steve, how you going? Evening, mate. So, and I responded to each of those ones within probably about 15-20 minutes, and there were some amazing ideas that came through over that fortnight. And I wanted to put out tonight to see if anybody had any questions, which I've got 5 that I had through yesterday and this morning. A couple of those have been posted on LinkedIn, and a few of them I'm just reading through, we had through via an instant message as well. So I'm going to tackle those, but if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to put them up, and I'll tackle them as the night goes on, pretending that we're not going to be sitting here for about a few hours, because you've probably got better things to do. But you know what? Today's been really informative. I actually had some interesting posts that I've started to prepare for the week ahead. So I've had some fun with some social media posts and videos that I've prepared. So stay tuned throughout the week. There's going to be also some selling tips over the next fortnight coming into Christmas, so you can prepare for the post-Christmas and post-New Year evenings. So I'm going to tackle those over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for some videos that will pop up. And Bernard, how you going? Hey Bells, hope everyone's well. So I wanted to, let's go straight into the first question that I got through, and this one was from Andrew, and I'm not going to mention any surnames in case people wanted to keep it private to a degree. Hey Mac, the first one I had, Andrew was asking me, would I rather take money or a great working culture? Probably a good question for me, given I'm a PAYG employee, and something really that stands out for me is if you've got a great leader in your corner supporting you, giving you the right type of coaching, the right type of feedback so you can improve, and having somebody that understands where a work-life balance is extremely important. And given I deal with finance brokers 24/7, they are renowned for this. So it becomes really, really important, not only to a PAYG employee, but to a self-employed applicant, that, work-life balance is vital. And that can mean different things for different people. So having the right culture, so right leader, supportive, flexible, enabling you to reach targets or goals that you've set for yourself, and realistic ones at that, and somebody where you can actually sit down and really have an open conversation. You probably want to start, I've been in the corporate world for about 15 years, and sometimes you just want to take that corporate hat off and have an open discussion with somebody. And if you've got the right type of leader or mentor, if you are self-employed running your own business, then you can actually make a phone call and go, want some help on this one, or I don't want to do it that way, can I do something outside of the box? And they're going to give you some feels for that. That probably outweighs your remuneration package that you're getting. Now, don't get me wrong, we all do work for a salary to support our lifestyle, support your family, so that becomes extremely important. But I think you need to be happy in what you're doing. You need to have the right passion and the right determination, but I'm not going to turn that question into how you should be working and why you should be working. That was all about, Andrew wanted to know, would I take money over a great work culture? I suppose to the gist of it, probably not. The work culture needs to come first. I need to be happy with the people I'm working for and be passionate about what I'm actually doing. And do you know what? If you're passionate about what you're doing and you're putting in 110% day in, day out, the money's going to follow you anyway. So hopefully that helps, Andrew. Before we go into question 2, Cole's asked, what is your vision? What your vision is for your broker network and what your mini goals and currently to meet those goals. Go on, Colin. I'll come back to that one, so we'll leave it up on the screen. If it goes away, I'll quickly jot it down. Question 2 that I had written down here came from Holly, and this one was, what's my number one sales tip? Putting a sales tip down into one avenue is really, really difficult, but I think it comes down to, I'd personally look at relationship building, and this can mean so many different factors. I think your average touch points before you even start making a sale or having an interaction with a potential client is around 8 to 9 touch points, whether that be email, phone, face-to-face meetings, but you're going to have to build a relationship. And I work off an 80-20 rule, so 80% I want to know about that person within those 9 touch points, and 20% is the service offering or my product that I can present to them where they're going to get some benefit off or have their client benefit off. So every interaction within those touch points are all about, can I get to know that person, and can I get to know how they operate, what they operate in, and how their business is structured. That's going to enable me for when I am making proactive calls. 1, I know their business. 2, I know them. And 3, I know what's important to them. That is so vital, and that probably covers off one of the other questions that's come in from Gurjinder a bit earlier today on LinkedIn. But it's so vital to actually know your customer base, whether that's online or that is face-to-face. Particularly online, you want to know where your followers are playing and how you can actually tackle them, how you can add some value to them. So sales tip, I don't think you can go past getting to know the client and getting to know their business, what's important to somebody. Once you know that, then you can really add some value into how they're wanting to play and what you can actually do with them. Question 3, guys, we had from Ben, came through on how to build a solid social media followers. Love this one, probably because I'm such a huge advocate of what social media can do for so many people. And I think I basically put it down to, it's all about adding value. Now, not every single post or video that you put online or Facebook Live or Instagram that you do that people are actually going to sit down and watch for the whole time. People are going to watch it later or potentially watch it later. But every single post, if one single person takes something away from it, then you've added some value. And it is a great success if you're adding value to people and they are passing it on as well. So it's not so much on the interactions that you're getting. It's more not the like interactions, but the comments you're getting. Are people sharing your posts or tagging other people where they might have had a discussion with them recently and your post really hits a nail on the head for some of them. So adding value to build a strong social media following. It's not all self-promotion, it's not all business promotion. It is hitting your followers' interest right in the middle, right in the bullseye, in the middle of their head, and it goes on to that one. So make sure you add the value. If you're not adding value and it's a purely self-promotional aspect on your social media, then your followers are going to start creeping down a little bit. And if you experience across social media network that people are following you just to get a follow back, you know what, they're probably not the type of audience that you're aiming for. Stick with your audience, put in the time, put in the consistency, and you're going to get there. It does take time. My personal LinkedIn followers, it's taken me about 5 years to get there. So it's not an overnight achievement that you're magically going to put something up, it's going to go viral and you're going to have 50,000 followers coming within a week. That's not the way it operates. Stay strong, stay focused on your messaging that you're giving, and you know what, your followers are going to start seeing that, and you're going to meet some wonderful people and hear some wonderful ideas. I've had so many different things over the last few years and met some amazing people that if it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet them. So that was amazing on my own social media journey. So I love that. But Ben, hopefully that gives you an aspect on, before you hit that post button, just think to yourself, is it adding value to somebody? And do you know what, if it is, press it. If you've got that sinking feeling in your gut and you're going, do you know what, it doesn't sit right with me, delete it or have another look at it. Maybe you can present it in a different manner and a different way where you can actually see people. So just going on some comments. Thanks, Bernard, mate. Hope all is well. Congrats on the finalist nominations as well. Question 4, we had Gajinder asked me on Facebook how to get leads from developers, builders, or real estate agents or other business partners. And that probably comes from a finance broker point of view. So developers, builders, real estate agents are all great, but if you really want to target it, you need to look at having a speciality in that area. So if you are going to be targeting real estate agents, you might want to be targeting, do you know what, I'm going to be a specialist in the first home buyers market. And that gives you an opportunity to really hone in for the real estate agents, go out and sit in the display homes, conduct first home buyer seminars for potential mailing applicants that they have on their database on these real estate agents. Do it jointly with them. Again, taking what I said about social media followers, you can add those values to the first home buyers market and the real estate agent as well. So the real estate agent wins out of the back of that one. They see that you're adding some real value to their clientele or their potential clients, and they will be referring you business, and that goes in a two-way street as well. That works on developers and builders. So builders, again, if you're in the first home buyers market, or if you want to basically work on the investment side, there is another leg up. But again, diversification is another big word in our industry, and I look at more of the expanding rather than diversifying the business. If you want to expand the business out, hit up the small business market, the commercial market. I had stats when I presented at a small business workshop a couple of weeks ago that only 8% of commercial loans in the last 6 months were written by finance brokers. So if you're a broker out there and you're wanting to expand out, see these real estate agents, see these commercial real estate agents. There is a target market out there where there is a huge chunk of the pie where you can see it. I don't see many lenders out there advertising in the SME or the commercial market from a broker point of view. They do it from a direct channel point of view, but from a broker's point of view, small business, commercial, it is such a wide market that we can get, and consumers aren't aware that finance brokers probably play in that space. So it is not the consumer's fault that they're not using a finance broker. We're not educating the marketplace on what other products and service offerings we can do besides residential mortgages. Let's get out there, let's show them what we can do and deal with those real estate agents and those developers, as Gurinder has asked me. That would really give you a leg up. So pick a speciality and work with those real estate agents and developers, and that'll help. Gurinder was asked, what other business partners are there? Well, if you're working in that broker, mortgage, loan type of business, financial planners are another big one. Insurance brokers. All these fall in line with getting a retail loan, getting a loan itself. So you can really work with other third-party businesses. But again, make sure that you're adding the value piece there. Make sure that it's not a one-way street and it's going to benefit you, because I tell you what, it's going to be difficult to get a third-party network onto your books. And it's not always about the remuneration or the kickbacks that you're going to be getting to and fro. Make it valuable. Show them that you can actually help grow their business through the referrals that you're giving them, and it's not just referrals that you're getting and then it's a broad network of that coming back to them. Really go out and be proactive. Reach out to your third party, say, I've got these ones, can you assist? Show the value piece that you are proactive and you can help grow their business, and that'll come back to you as well. So other businesses than that one, Gurinder, just to going back to your questions around other business partners besides real estate agents and builders, financial planners are great, and go out and tackle some insurance brokers as well. But wide variety of businesses that you can tackle. A lot of small businesses, as I mentioned in there, around expanding your network, whether that commercial finance, SME, asset finance, SMSF. There's so many on there. Have a look at also using your social media reach to hit new businesses. I set up what was called a 5x5 week strategy. So it was putting some time aside every day and tailoring a strategic approach to the local businesses in your area and liking each one on 5 times every week. So once a day on 5 business a day. So you've hit 25 during a Monday to Friday week. And that every time that you're liking it comes up in that business's notification that you're continuing liking it, make a comment. And then after a couple of weeks, you have technically, I'd like to call, you've technically bought the right to actually instant message them and ask that you want to go out and learn a little bit more about their business. And again, using my 80-20 technique, go out, 80% of that conversation is understanding their business, 20% is what you can do for them. That is another avenue on where you can seek out other businesses. So it always doesn't have to be in our industry and in our finance industry and where you're getting it. It can be a wide variety of business in your local area. So that's a great local area marketing strategy to use as well. It is, Colo. Mate, I might, Colo might need to put up the question, mate. Next time I'll need to write it down because it seems to be running it up. Evening, Ty, how are you? Melinda, going well on Instagram, I see. Garinda also had another question, which was which CRM is good for brokers to use? Well, a lot of it around, I'm not an expert on using aggregator software, but Flex is obviously well through the aggregator AFG, so they've got some good technology and some great technology in there for fact. Podium through Choice as well. We've got Mercury via Connective, so you've got all those built into the aggregator software as well. One that we use continuously through my employer is Salesforce, and we use that to capture all our data around brokers. So me personally, again, that 80-20 technique, I'm capturing that data, I'm placing it in my CRM tool, and I'm also diarising it in my Outlook. So I don't think if a CRM that you're using doesn't come up with automatic reminders, and I'm not talking about sending emails out to clients, but doesn't come up with automatic reminders that it might be somebody's birthday, which they should do. But if there's other small avenues that somebody's going away and they're catching a flight at 12 o'clock, little things that aren't in there, use your Outlook in conjunction to your CRM platform. The other CRM that I've heard of consistently is HubSpot as well. So I know that one integrates with other platforms as well as your email. And the best thing about that is free as well, that platform. I'm not a huge user of that, obviously given that we use Salesforce via my employer, but that works consistently well. Thanks, Colin, for typing that one again. So it's that question was, what's your vision for your broker network? Also, what are your current goals for the network? Broker network, and if I talk about my network in general over here in WA on the West Coast, those guys it's all about, again, that value piece. I keep saying it over and over, and I probably keep posting about it over and over, so people are sick and tired of hearing it. But I'm not going to apologise, because if you're not really adding value to somebody, and I'm just going out and talking about my service proposition and my product offering on what my employee can do, then I'm not really adding some value to them. So it's all about, I understand their business, I know how I can add some value, and that's either by really being available when they're working. So it's teaching my network, you know what, I'm not just a 9-to-5 employee, and this goes throughout any business. You need to be available when your clients need you and when the market needs you. If you're working the times that you think are right because they're convenient for you and they suit your lifestyle to a degree, and you're not working outside of that comfort zone, particularly if you're focusing on a specialist area, then you're going to be missing out on a lot of opportunities. So the vision is get in contact when you need me. Let's work around when your clients are there, because your clients are my clients, and it's all about educating my broker network that, you know what, they're not your clients, they're not my clients, they're ours. Let's work together, strongly, that we can basically get the end result for that client. Because if you're winning on that client, whether it goes through my employer or it goes through somebody else's and another lender at that, but I'm helping you with the recommendation, then your business is growing because you're keeping that client satisfied. Next time you need some advice, some recommendation, front of mind's going to be that BDM or that lender that has assisted you, and you're going to call that person again. So if your pie is growing and your business is growing year on year, and I continue to help with a small piece of that coming my way, then we've both added some value. So that works extremely well for me. Colo, hopefully that's has answered a part of that one. The other one was, what are your current goals to reach your vision? And if that's my current goals with my brokers and the vision that I've just mentioned, it's all about being proactive and me getting in front of as many brokers as I physically can. Now, we're fortunate now that I have a desk BDM that works extremely close with me. So we have a great range, when I say range, a great scope that we can get in front of, and whether that's over the phone proactively or face-to-face, in front of so many brokers that we potentially couldn't have done if I was only going to see 15, 20 per week. So really a strategic approach around, is there opportunity to do business with these brokers? How do we do that? How do we let them do business with us? Do they want that face-to-face relationship? Do they want that responsiveness extremely quick? Do they want to deal with that desk BDM? Getting in front of people, so hitting up as many networking events as possible, getting in front of as many people as we can. Are we doing more group meetings so we're hitting 10 brokers instead of potentially spending an hour with the one? So it's educating that vision, and it's educating that vision as much as I possibly can do by doing it online as well, not all about face-to-face. So if we can help people add value, show them that what the potentials are out there, like I'm doing tonight, is a perfect one around that Facebook strategy that I mentioned about hitting financial planners, expanding your network into commercial, small business, SMSF lending, whatever it may be. And I think we're continually educating brokers around new ways to seek out business and educating the market. We want to be able to educate the marketplace to use the intermediary space, and we're seeing it now, which we're just under, 56% for residential loans, but we've got so much more room to grow, not only in that market, but also in the commercial space. So it's all about how do we continuing to educate clients, and I obviously love doing that through National Finance Brokers Day, but that only highlights one day in the year about our industry. How do we do it more? And Watch Your Space will continue to work on that with industry associations, aggregator alikes and lenders. So I'm sure that there will be more focus placed on that come 2018. Given the current complexities of the lending market, I think we're starting to see consumers hit up brokers more now, because we're seeing more, whether it be fintech companies, advertising on TV about rates. So consumers are more educated about rates, and the conditions now are not all of a sudden, well, I earn an income, I've got this deposit, it's going to fit with these lenders. Given there's so many variety of policies out there, finance brokers become so valuable, and that's what I'm continually promoting, saying that's their real value this year has been a broker's knowledge to effectively communicate the complexities of that lending environment. And for them to do that consistently well and be across so many platforms, and I might not know everything off the top of my head, because you're not going to with a consistent frequency of the changes, but they know where to get it, and they can come back to a client extremely quick and take them off the marketplace. So that's huge. Guys, actually that's all the questions I had, unless there was any other ones to come through, but it's been great to sit down this evening and tackle a couple of those. Thank you so much for sending them through, and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to continue some of my knowledge on, thanks Colo, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to continue some of my knowledge this evening about my love of sharks, believe it or not. Been watching the Discovery Channel all about sharks, and they've got fantastic Shark Week out there, so that really excites me. Such a majestic animal. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening catching up on Shark Week, all the episodes that I've missed during the week. Have a fantastic week, and watch out for the sales tips coming. There's going to be some quick, short, sharp videos. I've got about 7 prepared that I did today, so watch out for those, and they'll be posted over the next fortnight prior to Christmas. But no doubt I will see everybody online or face-to-face prior to the Christmas period, so I won't wish everybody Merry Christmas just yet. We will get there soon. There you guys, have a great evening. Bye.